Hey, Johnny, you ever take pictures of them when you're done? I do. It's real fun.
I'm not joking, I've never been into this kind of horror game ever since we've seen the rise of symmetrical horror projects. I've never played Friday the 13th, Dead by Daylight, Evil Dead, which released just recently actually, and all these other games. I respect the genre, but I've never had the motivation to try them. Well, that is until this game right here was revealed. This one, for some reasons, like its environments, its premise, its gameplay features, and so on, for some reasons, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre has got me hooked from its gameplay trailer. It looks fun, varied with different villain characters to play, tons of locations to explore and find secrets, weapons, Easter eggs, but it also looks realistic and absolutely brutal. I love the style of graphics we're seeing here. It's like some kind of found footage mixed with the 70s, and it just fits perfectly with this horror universe. Gun Media, the developers, seem to be learning more and more after each horror game that they're creating, and this one looks like the best parts of each of those games, at least for now, in my opinion. This trailer literally just released and we have our very first details on the game, so let's just get right into it. First of all, fun fact, Xbox didn't allow the original gameplay trailer of the game on its Xbox conference since it is so bloody and brutal. Now, the game has been officially announced to be releasing on all consoles except Switch, so PS4, PS5, Xbox and PC. The developers said, the community asked and we are thrilled to answer that our partners at Sumo Interactive were able to create a plan to bring the Texas Chainsaw Massacre to the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 platforms in a way that preserves the gameplay and visual tone of the title while giving players what they have been asking for, said Gun Interactive. It was important to us to enable every fan of the franchise to experience our vision for the game. This extended gameplay video shows all of the bloody and terrifying opportunities that Leatherface and the rest of his twisted family will torment their victims in this multiplayer experience. When choosing and designing the levels, the developers knew that they wanted players to really experience the iconic locations from the original movie as well as their own stamp on the franchise. These are key locations for the family and their victims, and it would not be the Texas Chainsaw Massacre without them. They wanted to allow the players to not just enter, but more importantly, fully explore and feel those places and how creepy they are, discovering not just what the movie showed, but the areas hidden from view. We will get to explore a huge range of possible environmental questions. What would be behind this door? What spaces have this family of killers created? How do the family live in these spaces, and how have they constructed these areas? From the basement where we've seen Leatherface work to the gas station where we meet the cook for the first time, these locations are more than just the rooms that we see in the film, and within each location there are vastly different areas. Strategies that work in a windowless basement may not be the best choice in a room with sunlight streaming in, and the advantages you have in the shadows may disappear when you find yourself outside in the bright Texas sun. The family house sits virtually alone in a sea of green grass and sunflowers with open lines of sight anywhere outside. The gas station is littered with junk piles and broken down vehicles that have been dumped and forgotten in the spaces between buildings. The cider house is this maze-like claustrophobic tangle of broken down buildings and cattle panels. Through all the developers' maps, they tried to capture a feeling of progress as victims move through each zone. It was important to reward success with more space to breathe and plan, while also raising the pressure on the family members to catch the victims before they escape. There is a satisfying moment in a match that the developers describe when a family team realizes a victim has progressed past an integral result. Can the family stay cool under pressure and on the victims, or will the victims capitalize on the confusion to make a break for it? The family will need to keep their eyes and ears open and depend on all of the tools at their disposal, including teamwork, to search out and discover where the victims are before they are able to escape the family's clutches. So there will be more than one villain in each match, which is an awesome feature, and it's not seen a lot in asymmetrical games. Each character you will play as has a different story background, and each will have different little abilities depending on their own strength and such, to muscle man to an intellect, and that goes for the villains and the characters in game, the good guys. For more on this game, make sure you support this video and subscribe.